It's Week 17 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. He's over 1,100 yards receiving so far and looking for more. It's the Vikings and the Bears, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 24.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not...
Here's Cairo Santos now, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100-plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. They're throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And I like his honesty because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy. But somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about it is when he told us about the defense, kind of corralled him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
Williams now looking to throw on second down. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down and score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Off the bootleg, McCarthy able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, it's going to be this cold. I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 42. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. Back to throw. McCarthy throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
That is not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
When they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football, and I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about, completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the Bears getting the road victory, so they'll look now to take the season series here at Soldier Field. Touchdown, Chicago! Michael Pittman, 35 yards. And the Bears are off to a 13-0 first-quarter lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy, throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 51 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
To throw on second down. McCarthy, a little short pass. This is Everett. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Up the middle, Achane.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
You look at this Bears defense.
They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of the game, and they got it done.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's Jackson to return. 13 yards, the tally on the return there.
And the Bears take over.
The Chicago offense set to get started. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball.
There he goes, right side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
64 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
I don't care what the game plan was coming in. After these runs,
you're running it, right?
you make sure you keep circling on your play sheet, running plays that are working, and keep patting those big offensive linemen on the back. They're doing a great job.
Goes without saying the defense is going to have to adjust to that.
In a big way, and they've got to figure out, do they have to sell out to stop the run, or can they just do it better than what they've done so far?
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Williams.
And again, back to Kmet.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 9 catches, 134 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong. Takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
As they've got it as we resume action.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Back to throw. Williams.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
Touchdown!
DeAndre Swift.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Bears have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now Williams. From the gun, he'll throw. This is caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Swift will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Off play action. McCarthy.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range. I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
He's up over 1,200 yards now on the season. Had a touchdown on that last drive as well. Things continuing to trend in the right direction for this offense, but specifically Charles' running game.
And it all
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway.
Inside the 20, DeAndre Swift.
Touchdown, Chicago.
DeAndre Swift.
On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Bears are able to add on to their first-half lead.
Santos with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Bears 35, Vikings nothing.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
First down, Vikings.
Achane here, they stay on the ground.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw. McCarthy, a little short pass. This is Everett. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. And the Vikings first down.
Operating from the gun. McCarthy.
And he short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
At the 43-yard line.
On the option to give to Swift here. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Oh, he shifts past him.
And he will have the Bears first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Oh, the option to give to Swift here. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 168 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
At the 39-yard line.
Williams throwing on first down. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Williams looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. A 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Bears have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Christian Wilkins busting through to get him for a loss of 6. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, Jackson. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 42. Throwing to start the drive. Williams. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
For the Bears field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
So we've come upon halftime here in week. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And the Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. A quick throw, but incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. Oh, good move. Now he'll get this one way out just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Williams now on 1st down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Williams on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. McCarthy. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And down he'll go at the 25. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down and keep the sticks moving.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
At the 29-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Operating from the gun, Williams. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Williams. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw again, Williams. Looking for Allen, he's got him on the slant. They get 6, that'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
First play's a run with Nwangu. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 33.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Max Crosby. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 42.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Williams to throw on 2nd down.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll try and run here with Swift. Able to avoid him at the 40.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Man, 206 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 1st down, and they go with Swift again. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Williams. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Jerry Tillery in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. before they can get the punt away whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCarthy. His throw incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
7 yards to go.
To throw on 3rd down. McCarthy. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and that will come the offense as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
This is Swift on the counter. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Byron Murphy there on the tackle. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 5.
2nd and 5 at their 49-yard line.
Once again, it's Swift. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And the Bears, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
From the gun, here's Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
5-yard gain on the play. That's another Bears 1st down.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly.
Touchdown, Bears! Michael Pittman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Santos with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Nwangu now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And now out comes Minnesota. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 16-yard line.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest, but now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly, but they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's caught. 3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll run with Swift.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.
DeAndre Swift with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Brings up second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing again. McCarthy.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
Back to throw. McCarthy.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now
As he's on to punt for Minnesota. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line.
Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38.
They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Looking to throw. McCarthy
to Jefferson on the slant. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings 1st down as he'll get this down to the 47-yard line.
1st down, Vikings.
Operating from the gun. McCarthy throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Bears
for the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we